Today we're going to learn some interesting facts about the red-tailed hawk, but we're also going to practice a little bit of cause and effect strategy when we're finished here. So pay close attention to some interesting facts about the red-tailed hawk, and then we're going to do an activity. Before we do the activity, we'll pause and we'll set up our notebook for it. The first thing to know about red-tailed hawks is they do live in our area. They really live in every area. There's no area that makes them uncomfortable because they're used to living in places where they have their own territory. They are very territorial, which means they protect their territory with all their might. They are called taloned birds, big taloned birds, because they have these huge like claws basically. And this type of bird actually flies with them below them because they're ready to either protect their territory or swoop down and get their lunch or their dinner or whatever. They usually have nests in very high places, but it doesn't have to be a tree. They've adapted extremely well, and they sometimes have them at the top of buildings or at the top of a bridge, but they just, as long as they have a place where they're high up, then they can observe and see if any bird is invading their territory. Now, they can't just build those nests in any old tree because their nests are huge. They can be 6 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and they actually build them sometimes by themselves if they're male, but if they have a bird that they are with, the male and the female will actually build the nest together, which is nice because it's kind of a big nest, so it probably doesn't take very long when they work together on it. It actually takes 4 to 7 days to even finish building the nest. Before we talk about the last thing, I want to talk about the behavior of the red-tailed hawk. They are a type of bird that, like I said earlier, they're territorial, so they like to protect their space. And the best way to do that is both to have their nest at a really high place, but also they do this motion where they circle and circle their area just so they can watch and see that everything is all right. Circle and they circle and they circle to protect their area. That's a behavior that they have. So if you're looking into the sky, on another day and you're saying, I wonder if there's any red-tailed hawks near me, look for that behavior. That's one way you can identify if it's a hawk. You might not be able to tell it's a red-tailed hawk from far away, but I can tell you that there are many red-tailed hawks in our area. And so you might look for a bird that's doing swooping circles. And obviously the red tail is a key factor, and you can't really see it unless they're above you and you get a good swoop of the colour, or if they swoop sideways. I got a little bit of footage from my father. It's kind of far away, but I'm going to show it so you can see kind of what it looks like. And this is in our area, so you know that if you try, you might see it as well. In this footage you can see 3 birds. You've got 2 crows and a red-tailed hawk, and we're going to freeze the picture here so you can see that red tail. And then, yeah, it's just swooping around and protecting its territory. The last thing we're going to talk about today is what they eat, because our activity is going to be based on what they eat. So they actually eat all types of things. They eat other birds, they eat mice, they eat snakes, they eat rats, voles, rabbits, ground squirrels. They just eat all kinds of things. People often ask, is my little pet safe? If you have a small cat or a small dog. And although they could eat them, it's a possibility. There's no one that would tell you it could never happen. It's not very often that happens with the red-tailed hawk, but they could. It's not to say that they couldn't pick it up, because they can actually eat things and pick things up that are like up to 5 pounds. And so obviously most of the time dogs and cats get to a heavier weight than that, but it's not to say that the birds couldn't get it if they wanted to. Alright, we're going to go ahead and set up our journals now. So take a step inside with me, grab your journals, observation notes, and we're going to go ahead and fill it out so we're ready to do our activity today. Alright, see you there. Okay, so for today we're going to turn to page 3 and we're actually going to work horizontally. You're going to need something to either trace circles with, or you can just draw them yourself.
So I found some tape and I'm going to use it to trace circles. So you're going to trace 3 circles on the left side of your page, and then you're going to trace 3 circles on the right side of your page. After that, I'm not going to use my little one because I want it to be a big circle, so I'm just going to draw a big circle or circle-like shape in the middle. Then you're going to take a marker and point all the circles on the left towards the middle, and then point the big one towards all the circles on the right. Okay? Then we're going to go ahead and give it our title, which is going to be Red-tailed Hawks, Cause and Effect. Next, I actually want you to find a really light colored, either colored pencil or marker, and we're going to label our circles so we remember that the left side is the cause and the right side is the effect. So I'm going to use a yellow marker, and I'm going to write a C in all the left circles to remind me those are the causes, and then E in all the right circles, those are the effects. The middle is the action, so I'm just going to write action at the top in black, and then we're ready to go.
Alright, so in this activity we're going to be doing cause and effect. So I just want to remind you what that is before we try the activity. So first of all, the cause of something is why something happened. What made that happen? Okay, so for example, we'll say that the thing that happened was that I got a tummy ache. Now there's a lot of things that could cause a tummy ache, but only I would know what gave me the tummy ache. I ate ice cream and I'm allergic to milk, and so it made me have a tummy ache. So the cause was eating ice cream. Alright, so that's cause. What made it happen? The effect is what happens because of this. Now, an effect doesn't have to be a negative, sad thing. It can be. Maybe the effect of me getting a stomach ache is that I had to lay down around all day and I didn't get to do anything fun. That's a negative effect. There can be a positive effect. What if my stomach ache makes me realize, oh, I probably shouldn't eat ice cream. It's not very good for me anyway. Maybe I won't eat ice cream anymore, and instead of having that, I'll have a little piece of dark chocolate. Now, dark chocolate isn't exactly healthy, it can be, but it's much better for my body because it doesn't make me sick. So that effect is a positive one. It made me change my behavior. So we've got what made it happen and what happened because of it. There can be more than one effect, which we'll see today. So my stomach ache may have caused me to lay around all day and not get to do anything. It may have also given me the effect of learning my lesson and having dark chocolate instead. Maybe it also saves me some money because I don't buy so much ice cream. You see how it can have different effects. So now that we have that reminder of what a cause and effect type of a relationship is, let's dive into our cause and effect about red-tailed hawks.
First thing we need to do is we need to write down the action. So the action we're going to say that happened is that the snakes in the red-tailed hawk's territory have gone extinct. So write that down and then we'll go on.
So we can no longer eat the snakes. What might have made that happen? And what could that change or affect in the red-tailed hawk's life? I'm going to do one example with you, and then I want you to do the other two on your own, see what you can come up with. Alright, you got this. Let's do it. Let's learn. Let's read. Let's write. Let's do it.
Alright, so I'm thinking what might have caused this to happen is that maybe the weather was just too cold and so the snakes died. Maybe the climate changed and the weather wasn't right for where they were. Snakes can't handle the cold, so I just thought that might be a possibility. And maybe because there's no snakes, I'm going to say an effect on the red-tailed hawks might be that they would have to eat something else, so maybe they eat more mice. Alright, you get to come up with the other two, and I can't wait to see what you think might have caused this to happen and what effect it might have on the red-tailed hawks. You got this, do a great job, and then I'll see you in your portfolio where you take a picture of your work.